Hello, my friends. It's Delia here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about resistance. Uh, this has come up because a number of people have been talking to me about being really tired and not really wanting to do the things that they actually want to do, and kind of talking themselves out of doing things and just basically staying in bed or staying in front of the TV or, you know, something that you do when you're tired, but they're doing it more often than they'd like. And the thing about it is that if you are resisting your life, if you are resisting being you, you're going to be tired, really, really tired. And so what do I mean about resisting your life or resisting being you? So if you have unacknowledged trauma from your childhood, or maybe you don't think you've had any trauma and everything's always just been fine and you don't know what's wrong, or maybe you have a moral or religious upbringing that says that if you've done A, B, or C, then you're uh, a sinner or you're bad and wrong, and God won't love you. Or maybe your parents told you that you were bad and wrong and they won't love you, or they wouldn't love you until you did, X, Y, and Z, until you made $1 billion, until you had the really good looking partner or the car or whatever. So there's just a million ways that the seeds can be planted so that you're in resistance to being you. And then resisting your life is, if you're resisting you, you're resisting everything. And but resisting your life often shows up in a job that you're not satisfied with, or you don't like the money, or there's a reason to point at and say, this is why I'm unhappy. This is what doesn't work for me. And then the resistance comes in with, well, it's kind of like, I don't want to go along with it, or I don't want to do what they're asking, or um, something like that. But you can tell you're in resistance because it's exhausting and you're cranky about it, and it feels unjust or unfair. So this is not to say that there are not unjust, unfair things in the world. But if you are holding unjust, unfair as more vital and valuable and real to you than your well-being, then it's going to be exhausting. So a lot of us did have difficulties in childhood. A lot of us didn't think those difficulties were very, that we thought they were normal for a long time, and then discovered that they were not normal. And the process of discovery continues to go on throughout life. Hopefully, we're open-minded and we keep growing and learning new things. But if you find yourself really tired and kind of disinterested, then, it's like too much effort, right? It can very well be that you're resisting being you and being in your life. If you're resisting you, you're resisting being in your life. And what that's a shadow of, what that's showing you, is that the ways that you can love you are greater than you have experienced so far. And they may even be greater than you have ever experienced from somebody else or from a parent. It helps if you think of love as action steps. And there are warm fuzzies to love, for sure. And it's energizing and it makes everything brighter. And there's a lot of enthusiasm that comes with loving and being loved. And there's an avenue, a channel for your life force energy, which to the body is very similar to sexuality, which has nothing to do with copulation. It's fun if it does, but that's not, you can be in a state of life force energy, which is as fun as luscious sexuality all the time. But most of us learned really young that that was not safe somehow. So a lot of women that I've worked with have had the experience of different degrees of predatory behavior towards them as young girls, much less young women. And so that makes it very challenging to be yourself. If you have had experiences, and this is really common, if you have had experiences of being your bright, bouncy, enthusiastic self, which is, it registers in the body as like a lot of sexuality. And then some bad things happened, or you got shut down, or people didn't like it. They made you be quiet. Oh, you're too loud, you're too noisy, you're too big, you're too whatever. There's a lot of tactics to get a person to get small and to shut down and shut up. And being really bright and enthusiastic and full of life force energy and anything that's possible can attract people who don't want that. And then they can have different forms of punishment for that. And when you're a little kid, it's really effective because you're not in a position of authority over much of anybody. And you haven't learned that you can have authority over yourself. And now in 2024, whatever your age is now, you have a lot more capacity for self-authority than you did before. And it can be a little challenging to learn how to use that authority that you are afforded now as an adult on your behalf, on the behalf of your younger selves. It's really doable, but it might be a new idea. We have some funny notions in the conventional wisdom world that says that it's almost like they promote a model that as you grow up, your younger selves disappear. And what happens really is as you grow older, you have this incredible resource of all these younger selves, all these younger points of view and experiences. So you're getting richer and richer as you grow older. But society is just a little bonkers about all of that. So what is true is that you do have a lot, however old you are, you have this treasure trove of younger selves. And some got stuck. Some got hurt really badly and they got stuck there. And there are ways that you can learn how to beloved them and listen to them and help them get unstuck and grow forward. with all their wisdom intact. So as far as being tired, entertain the idea, see how this works for you, that what if you are resisting you? And what if you're not aware that you're resisting being you? What if you're aware that you are resisting you, but it's only like 2% and that you're aware of, and you're really a lot higher percentage than that resisting yourself? So if that were the case, I like to do experiments. If that was the case, would you be willing to change that? Would you be willing to become conscious of how you're resisting you so that you could have a different relationship with being you? Some people think that if you, some people can hear that as like it's your fault, and it's never it's not your fault, but it is that you do have more power than you know. So the body personality tends to feel like it doesn't have power. It doesn't have control over the environment or the socioeconomics or any number of things. But you as infinite being totally have power and control. And you can learn how to use that on your behalf to help your body personality, to help your younger selves. So let's just do a little experiment here, okay? So what if you just close your eyes and take a few nice deep breaths? And as you're breathing, just be aware of your body. And just see if you can breathe a little deeper each time. And with each exhale, have your exhale be a little longer each time. I mean, longer than your inhale. And just get a sense of coming in to your body. Down past your eyeballs, down past your throat, and down into your torso and your belly, your hips, down your legs, down to the tips of your toes, just coming all the way in. Whatever that might mean, just breathe and come back to you. And call back all aspects of yourself. The parts of you that you know about, but also the parts of you that you don't know about. As an infinite being, there are lots of parts of you that your body personality is not aware of. And they are all for you. They are all beneficial for you. So just get a sense of coming home to you, into your body, connecting with your higher self, your infinite self. Notice how your body responds. The more you come in, the more you come home to you. Breathe that in. And just actually say to yourself, good body. Have your hand somewhere, I'll do it on my arm so you can see, and just pat your body and say, good body. Like you're talking to a friend, an ally, and in truth, your greatest champion. Excellent. So just notice what it feels like when you come home to being in your body all the way in. And just continue to breathe and enjoy this coming in, coming home. Notice the sensations, notice your breathing. Notice the difference in your brain, how you're thinking. Sometimes it can feel like you've just turned off 150 televisions and radios. So much more peaceful. So this sensation, this fullness, this presence, this richness, this is more like what you feel like to you. This is how your energy, this is how your body responds to your energy. And this is a sensation of not resisting you. So I think you can see what a huge difference it makes when you're not resisting being you. And from this energy, from this sensation, from this state of being, your choices are going to be so much richer and more proactive for you than when you're in resistance to being you. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you continue to breathe and be home with you. And I'd love to hear about your experiences. Thank you. See you next time.